Playing Bodvar, he wants to secure this win and go to winners finals.
Alright, I'm back. We're going into game one. Burnt Pan versus Twilight. Burnt Pan with the Jhala, Twilight with the Bodvar. Both players scrambling for a weapon. Burnt Pan manages to get the axe first, but Twilight follows up with a horn claw, gets the hammer in hand, looking for some bread and butter, but Burnt Pan spacing him out with these axe aerial attacks.
Danner comes out, Twilight puts up that side air, and a D-Light's down air will put Burnt Pan in a position for a sidelight. Twilight trying to extend that combo as far as he can, not going for the recovery for maximum damage, but for maximum follow-up with that down air as Twilight, holding onto the sword, tries to start something up again, but Burnt Pan finds that sidelight, bringing Twilight into the orange, but that downlight recovery, or down air recovery, will send Burnt Pan to the same amount of damage as Twilight's looking to bring him into the red and into kill percent. Jhala's defense very low versus the likes of Bodvar.
Yeah, that was a beautiful downlight into gravy cancel, downlight into recovery kill from Twilight. Looking pretty good. He's got the stock advantage. He's got the weapon advantage. Burnt Pan scrambling for the weapon spawn, ends up eating some bread and butter.
Downlight comes up from Twilight. Side air from Burnt Pan as well as he puts out that axe down air. Gets hit by that dare recovery, and that's a maximum amount of damage on the low defense legend. Twilight looking to take this lead even further as he avoids these Sares. Twilight finding that side air on the sword. Waits for Burnt Pan. The ground pound does not connect, but that falling Sare misses as well. Burnt Pan trying to find some damage here. Gets hit by that down air. Sidelight puts him into the red. Twilight taking a huge lead over Burnt Pan's Jhala as that Sare will connect and send him flying off the stage. Sare does not end his stock, but it's not going to take much more for this to be it for Burnt Pan. Twilight's hit almost purely with Sares for like the past minute.
Yeah, here's the thing is Burnt Pan is playing a legend with absolutely no defense, and Twilight's taking full advantage of that. He only needs a couple combos to bring Burnt Pan into kill percent. Got a 2-stock lead now. Burnt Pan still struggling to end Twilight's first stock, but he does manage to land a recovery. It's now 2-1 in favor of Twilight. However, Burnt Pan has the weapon advantage, and he's looking to get some axe strings.
Nice mind toss coming out. Burnt Pan jumps over it. Nice sideline to D-Light. Will connect. Twilight gets hit in the face by that X weapon toss, and Burnt Pan doing his best to be able to come back here as he's finding these D-Lights, going back to that playstyle that I mentioned earlier that Burnt Pan really had with the axe. He's putting out these sidelights, downlights, quick moves, little punishing opportunities so that he can start a lot of strings with the axe, but Twilight does not care. D-Light Sare comes out. And a recovery of the ground pound from Burnt Pan actually clips Twilight. Nice D-Light as well. Brings Twilight into the orange. Burnt Pan evening things up with that Sare.
Yeah, I mean, Burnt Pan's doing a good job at spacing and punishing right now. He is doing quite a bit of damage on the Twilight. Twilight, however, does land some bread and butter on the Burnt Pan, and that's going to be painful, as I said, because with Burnt Pan's low defense, he's already brought into the orange. He needs to end Twilight's stock soon. He goes for a weapon toss, can't follow up with a dare, though, but he does manage to land that recovery, but it's not enough to kill. Twilight just barely holding on to this second stock.
Neutral light comes out from Twilight. Twilight jumping around, waiting to find a Sare, but Burnt Pan makes it back on the stage, finds that Sare. Weapon toss goes high. Twilight does not have to dodge it, and a sidelight clips into a recovery. Twilight nearly killed off the top, but that hitbox from the recovery did not do enough damage yet, but these weapon tosses are sending Twilight flying. Twilight has to dodge back on the stage, and he gets that Sare as he does. Burnt Pan.
Yeah, that Sare has a ton of damage and a ton of force. Burnt Pan does even up the stocks with a well-placed mind toss. However, he's in kill percent and he's got no defense. Just about any hard-hitting move will kill at this point. Burnt Pan's going to need to space perfectly and punish Twilight every chance he gets. And he's doing just that pretty well with these axe light attacks.
That down air hitting.
Damage. Twilight already reaching the orange, but he's got the hammer in hand. Just kidding, he swapped it out for the sword. Just one side air will probably do it. Burnt Pan finding himself in a pretty difficult position, but he's managing to space quite well.
Siders are coming out. Burnt Pan trying to do his best with his axe. He gets that down air. He's bringing Twilight closer to the kill percent. Twilight doesn't go for the recovery off of that down air, and wow, a side air from Burnt Pan will put Twilight almost in the orange. The dare will confirm it. Burnt Pan gets the recovery.
Wow, both players in the kill percent. Burnt Pan with a nice comeback lands the recovery and takes game one from Twilight.
Burnt Pan says GG and Twilight just says ban as they go in and he wants to go to the Great Hall. Clearly not happy with giving up that first game, and Burnt Pan showing that axe, D-Light, and recovery is quite good as he takes game one.
Yeah, that was a pretty nice showing from Burnt Pan. Both players evenly matched, really showing up in game one. I'm interested to see how Twilight responds to that with the new fire that has been lit inside of him from that loss. We're voting for the maps and we're going to the Great Hall. Burnt Pan sticking with a Jhala, and Twilight holding on to that Bodvar.
Jhala's axe is quite devastating, and we're seeing it all from the neutral moves as well. No signatures being used from Burnt Pan here as he takes game one, and the Great Hall is here. Twilight looking for those D-Light strings, opens up that cider, bringing it in strong as Burnt Pan finds the first weapon. Twilight gets hit by that cider, recovery does not come out. Burnt Pan getting hit by the nair from Twilight. Twilight picks up the weapon, it's the sword, he puts up the nair, and Burnt Pan and Twilight are going to be having a sword battle here as Twilight wins out on that first trade, finds that D-Light down there, and gets punched by D-Light Sarah from Burnt Pan.
Yeah, both players trading evenly, but it's not in Burnt Pan's favor because of that defense. Twilight looking to send Burnt Pan to the side of the map, tries to punch with a ground pound, but Burnt Pan finds the dare, but can't get the second dare to secure Twilight's stock.
Side airs and dares are coming up from Burnt Pan here as he's got to try to bring Twilight into kill percent. Doesn't take much from Jhala's axe to be able to do this as downlights are coming out. Twilight can't find a way in. Tries to land with that dare. Does work out. Sarah does not connect, however. Then sidelight into a patient recovery from Burnt Pan does not connect, but that could have been devastating as Twilight. Brown the Orange finds that Sarah. Burnt Pan low on jumps. Has to recover early into a dodge. Twilight punishes the nair, but Jhala just barely holding on to his first stock here as he lands with that nair and brings Twilight closer to the red. Ooh, down air dodge out of the way. Burnt Pan picks up the sword, gets the Sarah. Disarms Twilight.
Yeah, both players are kind of just chiseling away at each other's health pool. Twilight manages to land that neutral air, almost killing Burnt Pan, and uses the side light from the hammer to secure it.
Actually
Twilight
kills off the edge.
Twilight in kill percent, but with the stock advantage, lands a nice neutral light on the Burnt Pan with a followed up Sarah from the sword, gives him some bread and butter to think about, and follows up with another neutral light. Burnt Pan finding himself nearing the orange already on his second stock. Twilight still holding on to his first one, and absolutely devastating Burnt Pan with these aerial attacks, but Burnt Pan punishes Twilight's aggression with a nice placed dare, evening up the stocks, but still at a damage disadvantage. Gets a nice side light into down light, and he's punishing Twilight's aerial approach.
The thing that I love the most about Jhala is that when played correctly, oh geez, that double D-Light Sarah coming out, however, is that I don't really think the damage really counts as a deficit. I think it's just the stocks. As we saw in that first match, Burnt Pan essentially got a reverse 3-stock when he was able to really hit him with all the moves necessary with the axe to be able to be successful. That ground pound coming up from Twilight might make
Jhala has a lot of aggression potential with that high dexterity, high force, and hard-hitting weapons. However, that defense can be crucial. I mean, a couple combos from Twilight will put Burnt Pan into a position where he can get killed.
And just some fleeting Sarahs as well. Twilight doesn't even need to get a D-Light. He can just hit him with those side airs.
He can chisel at his health pool with aerial attacks.
Well, we're seeing that down into recovery hitting from Burnt Pan, nearly killing Twilight as he's disarmed, has to pick up the hammer, in which he has not been having too much success with this game so far, as he tosses it aside, picks up the sword, and gets recovered. Burnt Pan, only in the orange, has the opportunity to completely destroy Twilight here and take it 2-0.
He definitely does. He's got the weapon advantage. Twilight calling in the horn, gets the sword in hand. He's looking to chisel away at Burnt Pan's health pool, but Burnt Pan is spacing away from these aerial attacks and punishing at every chance he gets. Twilight does manage to land the Sarah, but is unable to find any follow-up. Burnt Pan trying to get in there with that axe, and he's doing just so, landing a couple dares, but Twilight dropping the downlight combo.
Ooh, that was odd. Yeah, he was trying to go for that GC downlight, instead just dodge downwards, not putting any of these inputs correctly, and Burnt Pan throws his weapon to get back to the stage. Recovery! Ooh, could have been punished by Twilight, and Burnt Pan waits him up, but that D-Light Sarah will do it. Twilight gets it and gives a salute
Twilight
as well.
taking game 2. It's now 1-1.
Yes, it is. And Twilight, that was a really good ending downlight Sarah from Twilight because he was chasing Burnt Pan and he read the fact that Burnt Pan was going to try to dodge off the stage, and he dodged forward with the chase dodge and got that downlight Sarah to be able to end the kill. And I don't end the stock. And I don't think that would have worked if Burnt Pan was, say, in the center of the stage. It only really worked because he was off stage already. And
I mean, Great Hall has a very small kill box. It doesn't take much distance to throw you off the map, but we're going to Thunderguard in game 3. Gonna see a lot of shenanigans this game. Burnt Pan still sticking with the Jhala, and Twilight still sticking with the Bodvar. Interested to see how people use this shenanigan zone to change the course of the game.
And now we are on Thunderguard Stadium. Twilight opening it up with a recovery. Gets hit by that nair from Burnt Pan. Burnt Pan deciding to hit him with that sword ditto and gets hit by the recovery. Twilight trying to get that nair follow-up. Does not work out. Burnt Pan finds a recovery himself, but instead goes for the weapon toss. That connects. Sarah also hits. Nice D-Light, but drops the follow-up. And Twilight finds himself beneath the stage. Gets hit by a weapon toss. No recovery. Both players really screwing up their follow-ups here, but either way, ends up trading in Burnt Pan's favor. No, now it's even. Does not take much to be able to even that up. And a downer from Twilight will put Burnt Pan closer to the red, as both players are hitting with one move at a time.
Yeah, we're not seeing much follow-up here, kind of just single-hitting moves, and that's not in Burnt Pan's favor because it really doesn't take much to bring Burnt Pan into kill percent, and Twilight is doing just that with a nicely placed recovery. Burnt Pan finding himself in a difficult position, however, he's spacing out Twilight with these light attacks. He's doing a good job. He landed a nair there, brought Twilight into kill percent. Burnt Pan gets the recovery, takes the stock lead, but just barely. He is in kill percent. Anything from Twilight can kill.
Ooh, except for that recovery. Now it will kill for sure, however, as Burnt Pan has been heavily damaged by that move, and Twilight looking for that scoop, getting that down. Her sider does not connect, doesn't get the stop either. Nice sidelight, but no downlight follow-up as the sidelight hit at a weird angle, and Burnt Pan trying to find that sidelight, doesn't get the downlight again, and Burnt Pan hit by the weapon toss, is not getting hit by kill moves. Nair comes out, Burnt Pan avoiding all moves, that falling Nair, punishing Twilight for reaching for that down air, and Burnt Pan's finally getting a sizable lead.
That was a beautiful display of skill right there. He read that that down air, and punished with a Nair of his own. Pretty good, pretty good. Twilight going for the ground pound, but getting punished brutally, finding himself in kill percent on his second stock before he can even end Burnt Pan's first one.
Oh no, Burnt Pan just killed himself.
Why he accidentally GP'd. Burnt Pan finding himself Zing. However, he does have a nice damage advantage. Twilight is in kill percent, but it won't take much to bring Burnt Pan there himself.
And that was such an unfortunate Z, because up until that point, Burnt Pan had got hit by 2 moves, and that was a recovery and a side air from Twilight. Like, nothing else came out. And Burnt Pan, putting out that side light, is going to try to continue the stock lead over Twilight. As Twilight ground pounds beneath the stage, goes for that recovery. Burnt Pan going for that recovery himself, gets hit by that side light, down air connects, disarms Twilight, and that Nair will miss out as Twilight picks up another sword, tries to get a little bit more damage on the Burnt Pan. Burnt Pan has the opportunity to take a solid stock lead here, but these ground pounds coming up from Twilight. Whoa! Weapon toss interrupts it. The dive kick as well. Twilight beneath Thunder Guard is against Burnt Pan X.
What we're going to see here is Twilight's going to play very passively. He understands that Burnt Pan has no defense, and it doesn't take much to bring him back to kill percent. However, Burnt Pan, with a nice placed dare, does end up crushing that dream for Twilight and putting him at a stock advantage.
Twilight opening up the stops, puts out that stops there. And a little bit of damage on the Burnt Pan. Burnt Pan finds that Nair, and Twilight, reaching forward, tries to get something onto Burnt Pan, but I think he just falls to his death.
He just killed himself.
Huh.
Twilight loses the set.